welcome. We're going to take a quick look at the setup. What I'm going to go over today and what we can focus on today will be the ease of setup, how quickly you can set up Dynamics Business Central in Outlook. I'll be using the web version today. This is available on web and on-prem, but I'll be working in a web environment today. We want to cover the capabilities, which is sender recognition, customer and content creation. We'll be creating quotes, orders, and invoices without even leaving Outlook. We can also create invoices from appointments. We also have an opportunity for a quick document lookup. So this really enables your users to interface with the customer, process the entire customer interaction around a sales order or quote without ever leaving Outlook. The system does reflect or respect any permissions or workflows that are initiated in Business Central. So if your user has the capability or the permission to create orders, invoices, purchase orders, etc., the Outlook will respect those permissions. Additionally, if we process a order that is involved or set up to do a workflow or a flow, again, the process will respect the setup and it will respect the approvals that are pre-existing in the process. The setup in the system is Business Central has a considerable number of assisted setup. And today we're going to use the assisted setup for Business Inbox in Outlook. Okay, this is a little bit different than the email setup. You have your general email setup, and you are, of course, have been able to send from Dynamics Nav and Business Central. You've always been able to send documents, okay? Send an update, send a quote out, and it will automatically generate a PDF. Now, when we want to interface and integrate our Outlook with Business Central, we simply use the Outlook setup wizard. It is 4 easy steps. We select the wizard. It's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, your setup. Your setup is slightly different if you are working in a tenant environment. However, you just seek your system administrator or our implementation team to assist you with that setup. Once the setup is completed, it will send you an email notification that you're set up and you're good to go. Okay, and this is essentially what that email looks like. Now I'm going to segue to our live demo database and essentially Business Central in the cloud. So what we have here is, of course, I'm working with a sales order processor role center where I can see my quotes, orders, etc. Okay. In my email inbox, I can see that I, Colleen Boak, have sent a couple of inquiries to my mod administrator role. In this scenario, I've sent an email that says, your quote is good to go. It's approved. I want to ship ASAP. Business Central integrated with Outlook now reflects Business Central options right here within Outlook and within your Outlook message. Because I've referenced a document that's existing in the content of the email, it can be in the content or in the subject line. I also have an option here for document view. So let's walk through each of these. Business Central, if I select Business Central, it's going to open the window and I have associated my name, Colleen Boak, with the company or customer, Alpine Ski House. Because my emailing is associated with a contact, it automatically brought up the customer insights to Alpine Ski House so that I can see exactly what's going on with this customer in terms of our value, the details in their balance and what they have past due, accounts receivable, and I have the queues to all their open or pending or closed documents. So even if I'm in a customer service situation where they're asking about a past invoice, I can readily go to the customer overview to look at that. And of course, all of these you were able to drill down on these. So it's very quick and very easy now to respond to a customer's inquiry because it brings you right to their customer details. Okay. Additionally, because I've referenced a sales quote in this email, I can go to document view and I can go straight to that document. It's intuitive. It's going to know exactly what we're looking for. I have an open document or sales quote 1102, and it's going to open that for me. I'm really working in nav. This is not a segue or I'm actually opening a portal to nav, and I can make any adjustments here to this sales order or to this quote and go ahead and release it. I can also convert this quote to an order right here from within Outlook. Okay, if I need to make any changes, I can certainly do that, but I am basically, it's as if I were opening a mini, it's basically as if I were in Business Central. Additionally, if I receive an email that is saying, in this case, this is a new prospect, okay? Those Rome chairs were really a hit. Can I order 10 more? Business Central, I can create new documents. Certainly I can open the portal to this customer insights, but I can also utilize this icon for new documents. From this document, I can open Business Central, contact insights. If I were a new inquiry, I could create a contact from that email inquiry. It will recognize that an incoming email that is not associated with the account prompts you to create a contact. You don't have to create a contact. It's just a matter of if you want to directly create a contact from that email. It's very easy because you generally have all your customer information or your sender's information right here in the bottom of their email. So to go and create a contact is very quick and easy. Now, in this case, I know that the customer has specifically requested an order. Okay, whatever your process is, I can create a new document right here. I can create a sales quote, invoice, order, or credit memo. I can also create purchasing transactions, particularly if you receive a invoice via PDF. I can go ahead and create that purchase invoice right here and send it off for approval or whatever your workflow process is. So here in this case, I can go ahead and create a new quote. It's going to open Business Central in the right-hand column. And it's intuitive enough to know that I've mentioned Rome desk in the email, so it brought up Rome chairs as a suggested line item for the order. It also has brought up the Athens desks, Athens mobile, as items I've ordered in the past. This is an opportunity to upsell. Oh, how are the Athens desks doing? How are the Athens mobiles doing? So in case it may prompt upsales. You have an opportunity to utilize this in many different ways. So I can create the lines of my sales quote or order simply by checking or unchecking these boxes. And I said, oh yeah, I see, you did order Rome guest chairs. Let's go ahead and add those to the order. So in this case, I've created a quote number 6 for Alpine Ski House right here in Outlook. I can say, do you have a PO for that? Sure. Okay. This is also going to recognize any availability warnings in the system. You are technically operating in nav. This is a live document in Business Central. If I go to my Business Central app and I look at my open quotes, I have quote 6 right here. This is what I'm just entering in Outlook. It is happening in real time, and you are active in nav. Okay, I can set my requested delivery date here. And this is functioning just like as if I were in nav. I can select my location. I'm just creating a sales line, okay? You can expand this. You can open this in a new window and expand and open the entire window, okay? Again, as we look for the details in the bottom, if you're familiar with nav or Business Central sales order entry, these are basically a brief cursory view of the essential items, the shortcut items on your tabs. So when we look at this and we execute this, if we have approvals or we have requested delivery, or excuse me, approvals or workflow, we can look through those now. Okay, we can go into edit mode, we can go into look mode, open in a new window. We have options here that are all the options on your menu bar. So I can make an order from this quote. I can make an invoice. I can attach documents. I have several options here. I can send it off for approval. Okay. I can create a flow, look at my workflows. Any of these parameters that you want to execute against the sales order. If this is a sales order, your option is going to include release. So as you know, in Microsoft Business Central, all our orders are created in an open status, and I can go ahead and release them from Outlook as well. Okay. These functions, and let's simply take a look at go ahead and we've created this quote. We now have an active sales quote in the system. And this functionality is something you are probably used to, is that I can send this back out as a confirmation to my customer. I need 10. It reminded me that I needed to enter my quantity. Okay, and then just take a look at the email that comes up. It's going to send the email. This is prompted by the main email on the contact card. But I can send the primary email, but I can certainly change and edit the email address here. When I send my quote, it's going to send a nice email with a summary. You as the users can control what this looks like. Okay. Peter Shadow is coming because in this, Peter Shadow is the sales rep listed on this customer. Okay, so he's essentially, it looks like he's confirming this order, and it puts all this in a nice format in the email. You can control this. So what I started to say is you can control this in terms of the setup, and this text and this content can be modified by the client. So you have control as to what this says and what this body looks like. When we actually send this, the attachment is nice formatted. This is our typical sales quote that's going to come, canned sales quote that's going to come out of the system and be attached to that email. That email can come back, approved, and be readily converted to a sales order. Okay. Additionally, we can create invoices and purchase invoices from our Outlook calendar. So these opportunities exist within the calendar, the same as if I were billing for services or I had a talk with a vendor and they needed to, we needed to initiate a return or any of those things. We have Business Central right here, and we can create any number of invoices right here from our Outlook calendar. Additionally, we can just open Business Central from here. Okay, it's a very simple and straightforward interface to from Outlook to Business Central. And I'm going to take this opportunity right now to open this up for questions. I know we moved through that fairly quickly, so please let me know if you have any questions.
Okay, we did have one question come through. Doesn't matter if you have Business Central on-premise or in the cloud to make this integration. Are there any differences in functionality between the two?
There are not differences in functionality. You do have a little bit difference in setup, and your system administrator will likely do the setup for on-prem.
Okay, that's the only question we've had entered right now. I'll just wait a moment to see if any more come in. Let's see. Let's say it looks like there are no more additional questions for this webinar today. And say thank you all for attending today's presentation, and thank you, Colleen, so much for giving us a great overview of how you're able to turn email inquiries into actionable data in Business Central. if there are any later questions, please feel free to reach out to either Colleen or our team. You will be seeing a follow-up email with a link to the recording of the session. We'll be posting that to our website. Uh, yeah, thank you again, everyone, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, everyone. Good day.